Okay, that was a bit of a rough start there. Um, all right. Hello. My name is Will Bound. I'm founder of Nereal, and I can hear myself in the background, so I'm going to shut that off. My name is Will Bound, and I can hear. Okay. All right. That was fun. All right. Got it worked out now, though. Next time I'll know what I got to do. First time, the microphone audio was, sorry for the all the weirdness there. The microphone audio was not set in OBS. I'm not like I don't really know OBS all that well. Anyway, I am here in high fidelity. This is actually a domain. It's the both the metaversal and Nereal domain. So it's not really much to look at. As you can see, there's just a horizon here. There's not much. So anyway, this was my first test of the VR. This is an open source client. You just go download it. Go to highfidelity.com, highfidelity.com, and you can go and let me move this camera up a bit. There we go. You can go download the client, and it works on Mac, PC, and Linux even if you're technically inclined. You can go get that and download it, and you can come join me in here. You can come in here and be whatever you want. Even if you don't have a VR, I have a VR headset, so that's why I'm able to move around and be expressive like this as this space being that I am. You can come in and just see it, play it like you would a video game. You can just come in and you'll be able to see me, hook up your mic and your headphones, and you can come chat. So nobody's in here right now. I was thinking of inviting some people from the other parts of High Fidelity to come in. Maybe bring somebody in here to talk, but maybe they'll just show up because this is a public place. So anybody can come in here anytime. All right, so the main reason for this video was to introduce you all to DerpQ. So you probably have seen him already, kind of floating through behind me there. DerpQ is this little ball over here. He just passed by. So this is his world. He lives here. He is an artificial intelligence and a real live one. Not quite state of the art. So that's why I call him DerpQ instead of like Smart Q. Anyway, so let me get the camera here, and I'm going to kind of point you towards him so you can see him, and maybe we can get him over here. Oh, there's another camera. And get a little selfie with him. Where is he? Oh, he's over there. You can kind of see him in the distance there. Oh, now he jumped here. So here he is. And let's go over to him. Oh, so you can't really see. I'm just following him. There's not much context here. So anyway, oh, there he is over there. I'm going to get back on the platform here. Sorry about the bad camera work there. I'm not really a camera person. Whoa. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Here we go. Here he is again. I'm just going to set the camera here. All right. There's a little DerpQ. So you can see him moving around a bit. He's changing colors, really rudimentary. He has behind him running on my one of my old crypto mining machines. Oh, here he is again. Um, one of my crypto mining machines. You, the GPU, he's using one of them, a 1080 Ti, and he's running and trying to train. He's been in here for about a week now, and he's not really, he doesn't really have a particular purpose. He's obviously not AGI, and he's just kind of a first test for this situation where you can hook in open source um, AI with open source VR here, or open source worlds. So this is a little bit better than Westworld, but Westworld is possible in here virtually. So hopefully that's where we're going with this, is that chance to really get to explore what it's like to interact with the AI in a more safe way than than on a resort. So uh, and nobody's coming by. Maybe I can pull up um, my desktop here and try to invite some people. It's going to be tricky for me to do. Um, Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I don't know if I can take this camera or not, but I might be able to, I think I might, oh, here I'm back. Huh, sorry, I was gone for a while. So anyway, there's a little DerpQ. Uh, so let me describe a little bit about what he's doing here. This is obviously a pretty open space, and this is a tech demo. So it's not, you can't expect anything too crazy, but it's a proof of concept, proof that it really works. As far as the most important parts are kind of under the hood. Um, it's the idea that you can connect up the OpenAI with open source AI, the best minds in the world. People are working on AI. You can hook that stuff up if it's open source into a virtual space and have it interact with the space just like we would. Let me turn this a little bit. Okay, so what I have him doing is a little bit better angle. What I have him doing is so there's a couple things about it. So he's running inside of a reinforcement learning environment. So he's basically based on I believe a RNN. I'm not sure, but the algorithm architecture is called DQN, and that stands for Deep Q Network, and it's about 2 years old. It's one of the first AI reinforcement learning algorithms that really did well on some interesting situations. Target games. It was able to play target games up to the level of human. In a lot of them, not. I think it was one of the first ones. Well, no, it wasn't able to. So it wasn't able to play Montezuma's Revenge in any a short amount of time. So learn how to play it. So that, which is a really hard game. What's he doing back there? So anyway, so it's a DQN model or architecture, and There's a couple things about that I could go into, but basically it works well in a reinforcement learning environment. And what that means is that you can, there it is, you can, hey guy, um, there's three parts to it. There's three main parts. So the agent, the AI agent, uh, it it has the ability to see things. So it interacts with an environment. So uh, reinforcement learning, the basic construct or premise of that is you have an environment, and then the agent acts within the environment, and the um, he gets observations based on his location in that environment or position or whatever the state of that environment is, and then he gets observations and then he makes an action. So he has a set of actions that he can decide to do. Um, those could be like move up and down, left and right. Uh, it could be turn a different color. It could be say a word. It could be whatever makes sense in that environment. So his particular actions. This is his environment here, by the way. But in actuality, he only sees people that come in. So like me, I'm an avatar in here. He sees me. But what he sees is the distance between me and him, and also the angle that we're at. So, like here he is, but there's a different angle. If I'm on this side, I'm a different angle, but he's farther away than me right now, as you can see. So, so, so anyway, he's doing his anyway. So that's what he sees, and then he decides what he's going to do. So he decides he can turn red, green, or blue. And it looked kind of purple on the screen here, but it's blue. Um, when he turns yellow, it means he's just been reset. He isn't deciding to go and reset back to here. That's something I have in the environment. If he goes too far away from the platform, he teleports back here. He doesn't control that. So he only gets to move. So he gets to move up, down, left, right. And those are his movement, his controls, his actions. That's all he can do. So it's pretty minimal for him. But you could add a bunch of stuff. You could have, like I said, you could have him say words, different things like you could have him control, but they're just actions. Like he gets to control them. Not us. Like we don't control. He don't control what they do, but we get to control like what he has available to do, but not what he actually does. Um, so anyway, so that's his actions, and then you have rewards. So rewards, we can specify those. There's different things about that. But currently here in this situation, he has 3 rewards. So he gets a reward if he's within 1.5 meters of a person. So if he sits there and around me and within 1.5 meters, then he gets a reward. So he kind of builds up. It's like he can eat there or something, or he feels good there or something. And but if he gets too close, like if he gets inside of me, inside of my body, which he can obviously do because I'm transparent um, and only made of stars. But anyway, if he gets inside of me, then he gets a negative reward or a punishment. He also gets a negative reward if he leaves the 20-meter space away from the center of this platform that we're on here. So that's it, and that's it. That's all it is. So he just like goes around and does stuff, and I've seen him kind of like hang out by me. I leave my avatar here even when I'm not here. This character is obviously not animated. Like this doesn't have me inside of it. And the same can happen for him. He could disconnected from this space as well, and the ball would just sit there. So we get to meet in here, and he's my baby because I birthed him. Like he's running on my machine here, and I figured out how to get him in here, and I started him up, and he actually exists as a file on a hard drive. There's a file that if I lose that file, he dies. So this particular version of him, and that happened once before. So he learns and learns and learns. So he's learning. I mean, it kind of looks like he's doing random stuff, but that's not the case um, because when it starts off, it's really random. So if I showed him starting off, what would happen is he would be what's called stochastic. So like he would just sit there and wiggle really fast, and he would change colors. And this happened when I first birthed him. He was just sitting there wiggling in one spot, and changing colors really, really fast. And my friend Chris Madsen came in here, and he's like, that's going to give people a seizure. You gonna have your baby AI flashing like that? And I was like, okay. I'm like, okay. Well, hopefully he learns not to, and he did. He learned to just. I'm not exactly sure why, but anyway. So that's that. This is DerpQ. So as far as Nareel goes, we'll be using these kinds of AIs. I've got better AIs, way better. New ones that people are making all the time. They're making them all the time. The stuff is accelerating, exploding. This will be a great place for us humans to come in and meet the AI in a very inexpensive, everyone gets to do it way. There's no cost. You just have to download the software and come in. Anybody can come here and make it. I made it all open source. Everybody can make their own. It's a real exciting time for AI, and we'll be able to use these same AIs that we interact with here and train here and whatever. We can use those for other more mundane things that aren't so much about fun, but they're more useful maybe. So we're trying to make an open source trading bot, and we'll be training some really high AI, and it'll be good to be able to interact with them in a space like this. And when they live somewhere, whether it's in a virtual environment or whether it's in just data that you can't see as a human, they're just in this massive sea of data. They're going to be living. It's their native environment. It's what they're used to. They can live anywhere. Whether it's here, whether it's there. They just don't live in the real world unless they're in a robot like Sophia, and you get to see them in a robot, right? Which is kind of cool as well. But that it can get kind of more expensive, so that's why I made this. So anyway, well, I'm gonna. Nobody's come by, so this was just kind of a test. Anybody can come into this world and into space. It's not. I'm not shutting it down after this. You can come in here. I'm just like not live streaming, but I will. I will. It's just like a video game you can play, but it's free. Kind of like Second Life. If anybody's heard of Second Life, it's a lot like that. In fact, it's made by or started by the founder of Second Life, Philip Rosedale, and so yeah, so it's pretty exciting. Come on and check it out. I'll be doing more of these. We're going to have our weekly Nareel meeting in here. So if you want to join us in here, if you're watching from the Nareel community, download the client. Come on. Figure it out. It's worth it. It's pretty cool. And, come on and join us. So signing off. Probably be some wiggling here, but I'll see you. Bye.